Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Michaela and I make diamond painting videos here on this channel, and today I have a diamond painting post review video. This is Night Music by Scott Howden and Diamond Art Club, and you guys, this painting is officially done. If you guys do not know, I'm currently trying to work through all of my whips I have right now, or at least as many as I can before the beginning of the new year. And that started out with Borealis by Dragons and Beasties and Diamond Art Club. Finished that a few weeks ago. And Night Music was next on the list. And I finished this painting over the weekend, and it's stunning! Let me just give you guys a quick kind of pan over here. I feel like the most gorgeous part of this canvas is definitely the top part, but listen, the entire thing's gorgeous, but I love her face and her violin and the moon. This is so pretty, and if you're interested in hearing more about this diamond painting, then I hope you keep watching and enjoy, and let's get right on into it. Alrighty, so like I said, this is Night Music by the artist Scott Howden and from Diamond Art Club. This comes in at a 25.6 by 34.3 inch or 65 by 86.9 centimeter square diamonds. So definitely a pretty large square drill canvas. It's so pretty. I hate reporting though that this painting is discontinued, unfortunately, from Diamond Art Club. So if this is a painting that you're looking at going, oh my gosh, I wish I had it, I would recommend checking different D-stash groups on Facebook or places like eBay or Mercari, something like that if you're looking to get your hands on this canvas, because it is unfortunately discontinued. I was really lucky enough to receive this as a sneak peek from Diamond Art Club, and I don't think they realized it when they sent it over, but this meant the world to me. If you guys don't know, I used to play viola. I played for 8 years, middle school and high school, and music is such an important part in my life, and this painting is just gorgeous. This released during Diamond Art Club's anniversary sale this past year, so back in, was that May? Was that May or June? No, it was definitely May. I'm losing track of time here. And I felt so lucky to receive this as a sneak peek, but obviously that doesn't change any of my opinions, and I just want to make that clear that even though I was sent it for unboxing, they didn't ask me to work on it, and I wanted to, and it's beautiful, and I had such a fun time with this canvas. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. I feel like my favorite part of the canvas has to be her face, her violin slash viola combo. It's a violin. I'm sure it's a violin. I'm calling it a viola because I used to play viola. And the part that felt the surprising to me, that I wasn't expecting to have as much fun with as I did, is the moon. Especially this like top part over here where it got really, really colorful. I really enjoyed that. I don't know. But let me give you guys, again, a little bit of a pan. And this canvas, I feel like this is, I wouldn't have believed it, right? Like if I hadn't worked on it and seen where all this color went, this canvas is 88 colors, okay? Again, listen, Diamond Art Club does a really good job with their rendering, and they include the number of colors that they need to match the original artwork as closely as possible, and this took 88 colors to do so, and listen, I'm here for it. This wasn't super high color, or no, it was high color count. It wasn't super high in terms of special count. We had 4 special drills, and they were not super high amounts of any. But we had a kind of like light blue AB, we had a green fairy dust, a pink fairy dust, and a gold fairy dust. Actually, let me go ahead and show you guys the special drills. Let me put the cap over here. Let me show you guys these special drills, that way you guys know what I'm talking about. But the first AB we had was AB 3756, which is this really beautiful, kind of like mintish blue AB color. Really, really, really stunning. So we had this. You found this color, let's see, you found it quite a bit actually in her outfit. I wasn't expecting that. I'm not even fully sure I realized it during the sneak peek, if I'm being honest. But it's really pretty right here. And so you had some there. There was also some in the moon over here, kind of highlighting in the moon a bit, and some of these like, I don't know, like circles in the moon, like holes in the moon, I guess. So that's where you found a lot of that white, or like, not white AB, but like the blue AB. You also found some in the stars over here. Quite a bit of that. And then for our first fairy dust, we had this green one, which is Z368. Yeah, Z368, which is just this really pretty green fairy dust, and there was a very specific spot that this was on the canvas. If we scroll this back down, actually I guess it's in two different spots. We have them in the leaves of these flowers here, which by the way, these flowers were also really, really fun. And I wonder if this actually accounted for like more of the colors in the canvas, because I'm pretty sure some of the colors on this canvas I just used in the flowers, which totally makes sense. But maybe that's why we're getting such a high color count on this canvas. But anyways, we have some of the green fairy dust in there, but then we also have some of the green fairy dust in these like mountains over here, like grassy areas. Really, really gorgeous. And then we had a pink fairy dust, Z604, just like a really pretty, like light baby pink kind of fairy dust. Really, really beautiful. Where was this one? This fairy dust was in the flowers in here. So this fairy dust particularly, I found so stunning. Let me see if I can zoom in and just show you guys the effect of this fairy dust. Let's see. How far can my camera zoom in? We'll zoom into here. So you're finding it's kind of like this mid-tone pink color. I really don't know if you're able to see just that shimmer. It reminded me, I really don't know what it reminded me of, like really sparkly, like, I don't know. But what I was really just thrilled by is that it's a lighter color, and fairy dust drills, they have a fine glitter coating on them, and sometimes it's a little hard to see the glitter coating on lighter color drills, and I felt like you could really see it well on this pink, and I think this was just so beautiful. Probably my favorite special drill in this canvas, actually. So we have that fairy dust, and then last but not least, we had this yellowish goldish Z3820, which is, yeah, this kind of like yellow gold kind of fairy dust, really pretty. And where did we find that? We found that a lot in the stars. So we had some in here and here. I think we also had a little bit in the moon. No, we had some in the stars here. Maybe we actually didn't have any in the moon. I think we just had them in all of the stars, which totally makes sense. But anyways, those are the colors we had the special drills we had in this canvas. In terms of color blocking and confetti in this canvas, I was going into this canvas expecting more in the way of confetti, but I was pleasantly surprised that this had a good amount of color blocking. Color blocking is where you have more of the same color in a small area, so you're just able to multi-place more, especially in this top area here. This was a lot of multi-placing up here. I would say the further down on the canvas you are, let me take you guys back down to the bottom, like where these clouds are, this was a little bit more confetti, but like we still had some decent chunks of color blocking. So I feel like this was honestly a really good mix of both in this canvas, but I did just want to point out that we got a mix of both, and it was more color blocky than I was expecting. And that's coming from someone who likes confetti. So, you know, this could still be kind of more confetti heavy to some people, but to me, it was more on the color blocking side of things. But of course we had like some confetti going on, like her hair and the violin, just tons of fun, the flowers. So I wanted to point that out. I also wanted to point out that this canvas had a mix of the older 20 facet drills from Diamond Art Club and then the newer 15. What I am seeing from people in the VIP group is that quite a few canvases now are fully releasing with the new 15 facets, which let me pull out a tray and see if I can pour one of the 15 facets in so that way you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Which color had the 15 facets? It was one of the greens. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was definitely this color. So the 15 facet drills from Diamond Art Club are the newest type of drill in terms of like facets, and they're really similar to the 13 facets from Diamond Art Club that was, you know, a couple of years ago, and they're basically flat top drills, and they're a mix. They're not like a mix. They're like an in-between, that's the word, of the 20 and the 13, right, 15. I thoroughly enjoyed them. Listen, my unpopular opinion is that I actually really liked the 13 facets when they were a thing, and I'm glad I have some canvases that still have them, but obviously the 20 facets are really nice too, and so are the 15. But this one, they only had a few colors with the 15 facets, but yeah, these are like flat top drills and really beautiful to work with, and I don't know, I really enjoyed it. And I do know that more and more, you know, canvases now are coming with more and more of the drills being the 15 facets, because it takes a little bit to, I guess, get all of the, to transfer over, I guess. That's the word. So, I wanted to point that out, that this was a mix, but mostly this was the 20 facets, which, again, I love working with, and it's so beautiful. I will say that my multi-placing job got a little lazy. I don't know if you guys can see, there's like a little bit of like kind of gapping here where like I could have placed the drills better or straightened them, and I didn't, but definitely I would rather them be a little bit loose than too tight, because too tight would equal popping drills, and we didn't have that problem. So I'm not mad about this slight bit of gapping if it means that there are going to be no popping drills, and plus I could have just done placement so much better. So anyways, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to bring up in terms of this. I don't think so. So let me show you guys the tray of drills. Look at this dreamy, 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 dreamy color palette. It's gorgeous, these blues and pinks. But then of course you have some pops, right? You have some of like the greens and then like the reds, and you know, it's just, it's so pretty. This was a really fun color palette to work with, I will say. You wouldn't necessarily notice this unless you were really looking out for it. There was one color, and I can't even say with confidence that this is going to happen in every single canvas, because it probably actually isn't. One color particularly, the letter C. This is 3755. This came with a few bags of this DMC, and I actually think one of them, like one of the bags of drills, was a different dye lot than the others, and so they mixed together in the container, and wherever the letter C is on the canvas, I definitely have a couple different dye lots going on here. You can't even tell. Again, even now that I'm pointing it out, like I'm trying to find them on the canvas, I don't really see them. Like I really have to be looking for them. And it doesn't really bother me much, but I do just want to point out that that is always a possibility with any diamond painting, really. Like if you have multiple bags of a color, the dye lots are possibly going to be different on the drills. I just wanted to point that out, but not a big deal to me at all. And it was the only color that this had it in, so I do plan on keeping my extra drills from this canvas, but I will probably not be keeping that one because I don't want to keep extras of a mixed dye lot drill situation. But yeah, not a huge deal. But yeah, this is the tray of drills. Here, nope, that's not it. Hold on, let me find let me find my little trash container. I felt like this canvas really did not have much in terms of trash at all. I mean, listen, I'm not super picky with my trash. I feel like a lot of times the trash I'm picking out of my diamonds are ones that have tabs, because if you put it on the canvas, especially with square drills, if you put a drill that has a tab on the end on the canvas and you try putting another drill right next to it, it won't lay flat right next to each other, because the tab on the drill will kind of push up the other drill that you're trying to place next to it. So I don't place those type of drills, but I feel like honestly in this canvas I really did not have any of those. So I'm not super picky with my trash, but that's kind of what I tend to get rid of if I do get rid of any trash. But honestly, like not at all was I concerned with running out of any colors. I mean, we can see just how many extra of each I have. And I knew going in, this canvas had so many colors that if there was only a handful of some, I knew that I wasn't going to need it in many areas. So like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example even. I feel like a lot of these, even the smaller amounts of colors, really kind of came with a lot extra. I guess this is a decent example, the spade symbol, but I'm pretty sure I only used this in one of the squares. Like, I don't think this was a very well-used color. I really don't think it was. And so I feel like I got more than enough drills. So really thrilled about that. Those are the drills. I feel like I'm doing this in a different order than how I usually do my post reviews, because I didn't look at any notes before going into this. So I hopefully I'm not missing anything. I honestly have no idea, but really truly, this was such a fun canvas to do, and I highly recommend, if you're able to get your hands on this through a D-stash or however it may be that you snatch her up. She's really gorgeous. But I know that Scott Howden has some other artwork with Diamond Art Club as well. I also did a sneak peek for a painting called Moonstruck. I can't say with full confidence that that's not discontinued at this point, but listen, it's also gorgeous. So very similar. I consider Moonstruck Night Music's cousin. So long lost cousin, although probably not long lost if it's the same artist, but listen. So yeah, give you guys another look at this beautiful, beautiful canvas here. Just absolutely stunning. I love her so, so much. And let's go ahead, because what we have not done yet is popped into the logbook. Let me go ahead, pull up the painting. Here we go. Get you zoomed in. Let's chat stats, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. But this canvas, I started this canvas on June 21st, 2025. I remember this canvas was the canvas I wanted to start after I finished Midnight Laundromat by Ivy Dollamore. And then I finished this canvas on November 15th, 2025. I was saying I want to finish this canvas by the time mid-November comes along. And you know what? Mid-November exactly. November 15th. This was a square drill canvas. This was a Diamond Art Club sneak peek. This had a total diamond count of 91,089 diamonds. This had 88 colors, including 1 AB and 3 fairy dust. This comes in at a 25.6 by 34.3 inch or 65 by 86.9 centimeter. This was my 34th canvas of all time and my 16th of 2025. So really, really awesome. But let me go ahead and get this zoomed back out so that way you guys can see this whole thing again. You guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, is this one that you have in your stash? I'm really, really curious. Or if you don't, are you planning on hunting her down now? Or were you just glad to work vicariously through me on her? So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.